All right, what's going on, y'all? I'm Kash. I'm going to be reacting to chapter 29 of Boruto Two Blue Vortex. I've been reading Boruto since basically near the end of the Boruto Naruto Next Generations manga, but I just haven't been reacting to it. I decided I'm going to start reacting to it, so let's get right into it. Last chapter ended off with Mamushi starting to invade the Leaf Village, so it's going to be interesting to see how Boruto is able to handle the situation, him using his karma for the first time since I think the time skip. I don't know if he's used it so far in Boruto Two Blue Vortex. I'm gonna just go through the story, and then if you have any thoughts, drop them down in the chat, and I will react to that as well. So let's go. All right. So we start off. We got a nice little cover picture of Boruto. He's looking all badass and a little emo with the karma, and it's getting into the flashback of him talking to Momoshiki and negotiating something. It kind of got cut off a few chapters back. A negotiation has been proposed. Will Momoshiki lend him his power? You're really saying you'll give me your body? That's right. Only if you defeat Jura. No takebacks. Even if I don't say it, you understand, right? How serious I am, that is. And Momoshiki's like, ... He's looking. He's like, he do seem kind of serious. It's rather annoying, but our thoughts are linked after all. We can see straight through everything. No lies or withholdings can be kept. That's interesting. It seems like you are telling the truth. ... Boruto thinks. You have no hope for the future. You just want to kill me already and disappear from this world. I can get behind that. Okay. But if I set you free, it's a different story, no? The humanoid Shinju are a threat to both of us. Am I wrong? Very well, you've convinced me. But after I've ridded this world of the Shinju, Kawaki will come and kill me. Is that it? You know what this reminds me of? In Naruto, when the QB Kurama decides to give Naruto some of his power right after during the war arc, when Madara first pulls up and he's like, Madara, like he feels Madara's chakra, and he's like, I don't want to be around this guy again. So here, Naruto, here's some of this chakra real quick. This is kind of what this reminded me of. Anyway, I won't let that happen to you. Happen, you conniving bastard. Once I'm free, I'll finish off Kawaki first. Interesting. Okay. Make yourself clear. Do we have a deal? Will you work with me or not? And so the karma starts flashing. Shwoo. And Boruto looks down at it. I don't even need to consider. If it allows us to root up our enemies, even 1 second sooner, use the karma or whatever else you'd like. Okay, interesting. Let's see how this progresses. Well, I don't know. If Boruto got Momoshiki on board to work with him, I'm not saying it's going to be light work, but if he's in phase 2 version, it might be light work. Don't get in the way. And he's got the karma. And Mamushi's like jumping at him with his big hand. And I think he used substitution. No, okay, he's using the Rasengan. I don't know if it's the regular one or the Uzuhiko. But he's spinning. Bastard. And there's a bunch of Mamushis. And he caught 2 shuriken in the eye. Just tink tink is what it says right there. And he jumps over them. One thing I gotta say is, since I have been reading this since about, I don't know, maybe like chapter 17 of the Boruto manga, yo, as far as the illustrator has been progressing when it comes to portraying what's going on in these fight scenes, it's like a night and day difference. If you go back to like the earlier chapters of Boruto and those first couple arcs, it was really hard to see what was going on half the time. But now it's really clear. He's jumping over. He does a slash that cuts through a couple of them. He does a spinning slash that cuts through a couple, like 5 or 6 Mamushis at the same time. Boruto, check your 4 o'clock. And the other thought that I have here right now is just like, they said that they should be still like equal strength to like the regular Mamushi, just lose intelligence and ways to move it. I'm like, he's cutting through these guys like a hot knife through butter right now. So I'm a little bit surprised by how easily he's just slicing through these things. All right, there's 3 more, 2 alleyways behind. Okay. Oh, and Boruto uses the Byakugan. Interesting. So he's gonna use that to be able to see what's going on around the corner. Cool. About time he started using that thing. Anyway, so he sees that there's like 3 a couple blocks away, and he throws the shuriken, and the shuriken's going around the corner, bends in right in the back of his head. Flying Thunder God technique. And then he uses it to teleport there. Oh my god, yeah. Mini Minato. Anyway, he jumps up ahead and then comes down with a giant Rasengan, blows these people to smithereens. Now we see Inojin, Lord 8th. These guys are already in Area C. They're in the southern part of Area D as well. Yeah, I'm aware. Team 10, stand by in the southern part of Area D. Boruto, hurry on over to Area D as well. I'll be doing this when they're talking over the Denden Mushi in my One Piece reactions. I don't know if it works for the not the mind transfer jutsu, but with the jutsu that Nojin's using right now. But I'm gonna keep doing it. If you can corner him in the eastern part of for the purge, then exterminate him. Roger that, Boruto says, and he zips off. Okay, we got 3 Mamushis just kind of dicking around in the forest or this wooded area right here. Hey, our numbers went down all in one foul swoop. All in one foul swoop. It's that Boruto bastard. I don't care. It's not him. I don't care. It's not him I've got business with. Let's get a move on and find Ada. Scatter and disperse. And it's 2 black rods flying through the back of his head, through his eyeballs. Looking like a One Piece character when they see something scary. Just looking like popping out their eyes. Anyway. And Kawaki's here. Yeah. The Mamushi extermination in Area C will now commence. And he's about to just start running roughshod on these fools. All these pests. You really want to go, pal? And Mamushi jumps up with a big hand. And he's like, I got a big hand too. The bug can fly. Because he actually knows this nigga. So yeah, that makes sense. He's actually calling him by his real name. And he punches his head off his shoulders and slashes another one. And then one of them is jumping at him and it catches him in his hand, I think. And he just gets black rods through the face. He holds his hand out like this and he gets the staff. Now you're going to work with the staff. Tearing these niggas up through the head, like tearing them in half. I'm wondering why they're coming apart so easily. You know what I'm saying? Going back to what I just said like a couple minutes ago. But they do seem to be acting like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's not really too much of an issue here. Anyway, so he's beating the hell out of all these poof. So they are shadow clones? I thought that they weren't clones, like that kind of clone anyway. But anyway, you did well, Kawaki. North Area C extermination complete. So they just reckon these guys so far. They haven't really put up too much of a fight so far. And okay, we got 3 more of these dickheads running through the woods right now. Hey, we got taken out again. What's happening here? We've got our chakra erased and all. Doesn't it seem like they're reading our moves? Doesn't matter. If there's not enough, we'll just make more. Spread them out a bit too. So maybe the idea is to knock him out. So he just keeps making more until he just gets so stupid that it's just easy to wipe all of them out in one go. But anyway, listen. Let's expose that load of rubbernecks. Round them up in your line of sights, as many as you can. And now we're at the Hokage area. This is about the sealing cuffs that held Boruto. Oh, and we're back to seeing Mitsuki getting interrogated right now. To help Boruto. Subsequent investigations have confirmed that there were no malfunctions or abnormalities. There's no chance that they naturally fell off due to the impact of your attack. In other words, Mitsuki, no matter how you look at it, the logical conclusion is that you intentionally freed him. And Mitsuki's just like looking at him like, The problem comes down to the 4-digit code. Without any jurisdiction, how did you obtain it? And Konohamaru's looking like he's sweating. Or it's him outside the room sweating. There were 3 people who knew the code. Me, Ibiki, and Lord 8th. If Mitsuki is found guilty, then it's only a matter of time until they figure out Lord Eighth was behind it. Huh, Saratobi, you were still here? You can leave, you know. ... Well, this thing is Nishi. I have something I forgot to tell Lord Kobu about. Would you mind letting me in again? Huh? This is the sensory unit. There are suspicious characters resembling the Shinju in the village. We were also informed of sightings regarding the traitor, Boruto. And Sai's looking like, Boruto? Connect me to Lord Eighth. Alright, Kawaki, stand by in the southern part of Area A for now. That's the center of the village. Prepare yourself to fly off to any given area. This is Sai. I have urgent news. There's a possibility that Shinju have invaded the village. Nojin, I'm getting another call. Putting you on hold. Sai, what's the situation? Not just the Shinju either. Boruto was spotted as well. The verifiably is a bit construed. The Sentry team felt nothing. The police force was dispatched to the area where the report was received. Understood. Report as needed. That, and Sai, in preparation for unforeseen circumstances, I need you to release Mitsuki. ... They're still in the midst of talking. Lord Kobu won't stay quiet about this. Tell him it's an emergency, under the Hokage's orders. So clearly they're going to use that to be like, why did you need it to free him? I mean, there's a guy running amok, a bunch of a guy running amok in the streets of Konoha right now. But, you know, if only so many people had the code, they're going to use that as that little bit of information and be like, putting two together, making four, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, chit chat. There's two fellows talking here. Oh, what's wrong? And then they look up and there's a bunch of mamushis on the roof while they're sitting there eating their brunch. What is that? And there's a bunch of them in the streets. Hey, you there, where's Ada? Damn it, they've already multiplied so much in such a short time, Inojin says. There's almost 50 of them now. So they gotta be on dumbass timing right now. And now we got Chocho and she's looking, whoa, Chocho, Shikadai, and Imawari are running to where all the people are yelling right now. They're close, come on in this way. Boruto, change of plans. They're spreading out all over the southern part of Area D. Corral them from a southern direction and rendezvous with Team 10. Roger that. And he's zipping through, messing up all these mamushis on the way there. Answer me, Mitsuki. Why did you know the 4-digit code? Mitsuki just looking. Pardon the intrusion, as Komohamaru literally just budges him. And Mitsuki's looking, Sai's looking, and Kobu's like, what's the matter, Sarutobi? My business with you should be finished. My apologies. There's actually something I neglected to discuss with you earlier. That is, it's quite difficult for me to say this, but about the 4-digit release code, it seems as though I forgot to set it. I am at fault. What? Oh, so you just saved Mitsuki's ass right there. Because Mitsuki was going to have to say something, but Konohama was like, nah, I'm just negligent. I'm just negligent. That's all it is. Anyway, Boruto's cuffs were never locked in the first place. The release code was never set. It wouldn't have been strange for them to come undone with that attack. And now Kobu's thinking to himself, ... Because even though he's not really a dickhead, he's really just trying to, protect the village in his own way at the end of the day. He's kind of similar to Danzo in that way, but anyway. He's trying to get to the bottom of things based on, his recollection of things and whatnot, and what seems to make the most sense in regards to Boruto's situation. But man, he's cunning. He's a smart dude, I feel like he's gonna put all this together. Anyway, Konohamaru Sensei, what are you doing? Mitsuki's thinking. Through the mind transfer or the connection. I forgot the name of it. I'll figure out the name of it for the next one. I know you were the one who let Boruto go. I also know Lord Eighth was the one who told you the code. And Mitsuki's ... But maybe this will put it on Konohamaru, like kind of what not Jiraiya was saying. You know what I'm saying? So if the truth is made, Kashin Koji, if the truth is made public at the worst, he'd likely be dismissed from his position as Hokage. We can't let that happen. Not now. Konoha needs him. And Sai's looking, because Sai's like, why are they like looking, but they not talking? he's kind of the Konohamaru was doing this earlier, and Ino said nobody was doing the shit. So what's going on? Is that my son doing this? Anyway, well. You're quite the liar, aren't you? Huh? You see, this guy's smart. Kobu's smart, yeah. How much more I got left? All right, I got like a third of the way still. Who are you covering for? And he starts sweating and sighs like, what do you mean? I'm not covering for anyone. And Konohamaru's a terrible liar. He's a horrible, horrible liar. Very well, say no more. Bring me the Hokage. It's his turn now. Like, this shit going on in the village right now, and you want to sit down and have chit chat. Like, come on, yo. Cutting back to the Mamushis, looking around, trying to sniff out Ada. Oh, all the people are just kind of looking around. So there's about 70 of them staring us down. She's not among them. Ada ain't here. Let's get a move on. Well, it's the one thing that's good for Konoha right now is that he really only cares about finding Ada. He don't care about no other bitches that's in the city. He don't care about nothing else that's going on. He don't care about the people, the buildings, nothing. So the only way that anything in the city is going to start getting muffed up is through these fights that he's having with the other ninja that are just trying to protect the village at the end of the day. So at least things are being, like, damage is being minimized at the very least. Anyway, so Himawari comes flying in. Boof, gets a kick in. Kicking the two of them off the roof. But there's just more. One goes flying, two fly out of him. Pause, that sounds crazy. And so Himawari and Chocho's on the scene, I believe. They jump in at, the Mamushi's jumping at them. They swipe in with their big hands. Shikadai and Chocho are here now. Hima, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Net casting shadow paralysis jutsu. Okay, so that's cool. So Shikadai can shoot out a bunch of shadows and use it on multiple people. That's pretty cool. And he's got them stuck for a second, and then it looks like they're jumping off anyway. Or no, he's pulling them off the roof. Okay, that's interesting. And then boof into the ground. You little these guys. And they're looking up. And okay, so now Chocho's joining. She's got the big fist smashing through everybody. All right, let's go. This will be a piece of cake. Don't tell me that Kash and Koji is just lurking somewhere. All right, let's go. This will be a piece of cake. Oh no, this is just him sitting in the room with Inojin. And he's dotting. He's thinking about something. Is that the end of the chapter? Yeah, it's the end of the chapter. Okay, wow. That was a pretty good chapter. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious what it is that Kash and Koji is mulling over right now. This will be a piece of cake, but Kash and Koji's thinking to himself. So exactly what I was kind of thinking throughout the chapter. I'm like, they kind of running roughshod on these dudes. Like, they kind of beating them pretty easily. So I feel like it's going to turn up and something's going to change within the next chapter. And that's kind of what Kash and Koji's alluding to here. I feel like they're not going to get done in without there being an actual interaction with Mamushi and Ada and maybe and her brother. And yeah, so I do want to see Kawaki and Boruto team up, but because this is a specific villain where they're going to be spread out all over the place, they're probably not going to actually work together for real. I think the most interesting part of this chapter is honestly Kobu and his deductive reasoning skills. He's just so smart. I wasn't really super aware of this character, but he's definitely left a good impression on me. And I feel like it's just a matter of time until Shikamaru is just fucked. So I'm going to be dropping a video on Sasuke's most villainous moments sometime later this week, hopefully. And if you are interested in more Naruto and Boruto stuff, definitely subscribe. I also recently reacted to the JJK Modulo chapter, so check that out. And as always, I react to the One Piece chapters. I'm going to be releasing videos about all these and more, so subscribe for more, like the video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and until the next time.